Someone wants to come in with a small gesture or peace offering after a rift that may not feel enough for you, but there is a big backstory as to why this person did what they did. Though this is recorded for a particular day, please keep in mind that these readings are timeless, so whenever you come across it, you're meant to find it, and there may be a message within for you. Hello everyone, it's Amanda with Orchid Divinations, and I'm here with your message of the day. So in today's read, the situation I see here can be between you and a friend, or you and a romantic partner or love interest, past or present. The read doesn't seem to specify one situation more than the other. Both scenarios seem to be present here. It may be a family member, but that feels less likely. I see a couple specific type scenarios that tell me where this could be a love interest or a friend, so take it how it resonates for you. Either way, this is someone who means a great deal to you, and vice versa. Though you currently may not know or feel that you do to this other individual from what I see here, and we'll get into that. They have quite a tendency to push away, but there is a big reason for it. Some of you may intuitively know why, especially if you know their family or background. Others of you will find this read really helpful in understanding why this person, if they care, why they do what they do. A heads up, as I get into this read, I'm picking up that we have more than just one perspective viewing today. Meaning, some who are watching are the person who feels pushed away, others who are watching are the person doing the pushing, and for at least one person, it is actually this restrictive third energy surrounding the person pushing away that is watching, strangely enough. I'm sure as we get into it, you will know exactly which role you are in this dynamic. So I see someone is wanting to come in toward the other to try to smooth over a very big rift that was caused. This may be you reapproaching someone after a bit of time, or this may be you on the receiving end. Again, this can be a friend or romantic interest. There is nothing that is limiting the dynamic here one way or the other. I see both. This person sees some kind of a window of opportunity to send a small message or present a small offer or peace offering to you, or vice versa. As I said, some kind of major rift was caused, mostly by this person, and it left a good amount of damage in its wake. I mean, check out this carpet here. This person is well intended, and they really do want to make up with you. I'll say it could be vice versa just once more, but as I go on, just assume again that you can be either party here. So flip the roles to how it is for you. The only problem here is this person is wanting to come in a way that isn't quite an apology. It's kind of an assumed or unspoken one, and they know or assume that you may metaphorically stick your tongue out to this bridging of peace, be it a message or action, such as if they bring you a present or a small gift. The lack of an actual unspoken apology may be the issue because this person is kind of hoping that you guys can just kind of overlook this and pretend it's not there. Kind of a forgive and forget. I'm seeing that here in the imagery of this cat nonchalantly stretching with his eyes closed. It's just kind of the unacknowledging the presence of this hurt that kind of sticks with you. This card, the Six of Wands, is about moving from choppy waters into smooth. But again, the imagery, as I explained, is very important. But the universe says before sticking your tongue out, which is understandable on the surface of how this all seems or appears, especially with this kind of approach, the universe wants to kind of let you in on the backstory of this person's world so that you guys can avoid deepening the rift and so that you can understand and perhaps give a bit of grace. Not saying that this person is in the right, nor trying to give an excusing justification, but it may just salvage the relationship or friendship in knowing what I'm about to tell you. The universe is hoping that you guys stay a part of one another's lives. There is a reason for this person's behavior, and again, one of the big things they did was push you away, and hard for some. Now, if you are the pusher, this reading will help you to see that maybe approaching in the way that you plan to without technically apologizing might not be the best way to acknowledge the hurt that the other feels. This person who cares about you, and that just actually saying I'm sorry will go off a lot better than you even know. Something that makes this situation a touch harder too is the unintended demeanor of the person who is doing the reemerging and reaching out. This person with the Nine of Swords is very anxious and nervous in coming back in to even make a small gesture, let alone try to apologize. And it's not that they don't know or believe that they are in the wrong. They know they hurt you. They didn't want to hurt you. And again, the cards give a big backstory as to why, and I'm getting there, I promise. You mean a lot to each other. Though this receiving person, again, may not believe based on how this person may have been, but this person longs to reach out. The imagery of how outstretched these arms are, they really do need and want you in their life, friend or romantic, whatever dynamic this is. It's problematic a bit though because their claws are also out. They are always on the defensive mode, and it's not because of you. It's what this person has had to deal with around them and in their past with others, that they've been put into this defensive fight or flight mode. Anytime this person did something wrong, they were guilted to the extreme. And most of the time, they were made wrong and guilted for things they didn't even actually do. So, as a protection mechanism, because they fear any admission of having done something wrong or needing to apologize, that it will lead to the extreme pain or guilting from another that they've experienced before, almost for some at the expense of emotional or psychological abuse, especially if done to them as a child. So as a protection mechanism, they just automatically have this reflexive defensive stance to avoid recreating that past trauma. Though both of you know deep down you aren't like those others this person has dealt with or is currently dealing with, and I think it's still going on for them. You, sad to say, are a particular target for this person's defenses because they feel they need to push you away, and that gets explained here as well. You remind them of them deep down, and they aren't allowed to be that person, to be themselves. They've had to suppress that aspect of them, and you bring out or mirror it. And that created that reflexive pushback out of fear of not you, but fear of themselves. They love you, or friend love you if it's not a romance, and they do love this aspect of themselves, but others around them do not. They make this person feel like part of them is shameful or wrong for whatever reason that may be. So they push it all back so as to not be rejected. They reject themselves, you mirror them, hence the reflex of pushing you away too. So let's delve more into that with the cards here. Keeping in mind you can be either individual and even potentially this third drama creator, making this other person feel bad about themselves and unable to be their genuine self. Hopefully you're not that person. That person is represented here by the Bright Mother in reverse. Sometimes it's quite literally a smothering or domineering mother or mother figure, but this energy today has more of an overarching feel. I'm sensing this can be any of the following for the various people watching. It could be a mother, but I don't just see this limited to a female or even a feminine energy. This can be parents, a whole family unit, a single family member, a social group, such as friends, or a community, or a church community. Something that has been a big factor surrounding how this person was raised and the beliefs they were instilled with. So, whoever this is, person or group, has been around them most of their life since they were young, most likely. In reverse, this is a stricter energy, not the most nurturing emotionally for most, and if they are, it usually follows up with a good amount of grief, or like this affection really had to be earned or worked for. This could be a very conservative or a religious type individual or group for some, but they are very hard on this person. They disapprove of a lot. This person, the one that's approaching with the offer, has a very genuine heart, and as they were growing up and as they showed more of their real raw self, it was made to be felt as though it was wrong or shameful. And so this person had to hide who they were and push it very, very deep down. And they became very good at it. Anything to keep this person, this energy group, happy so that they didn't have to experience the very painful or toxic guilt and shame this other has, can, or could dole out. Now, this plays out differently for everyone watching. For some, this person grew up in a strict religious household, but they themselves resonate more with spiritual concepts and tarot, for instance, or just more abstract spiritualism, and that was shunned. Or for others in a different scenario, again, not for everyone, this could be someone who was gay or felt like they were in the wrong body gender wise, and they had to hide that. So, another reason, if this is a romantic interest and you are both gay, for instance, they would have pushed you away because they can't or aren't allowed to accept that aspect within themselves, and it's an autopilot thing now. For some, this can be taken to the dangerous extreme that they may even have become the opposite. They could have become homophobic because they fear the hurt, pain, or rejection. Now, with that scenario, that is not saying that if this was a hetero love interest of yours, that they are hiding a different sexuality from you. You weren't pushed away from this person because your person is secretly gay and you didn't know. That's not what I'm saying. It's for those, as I said, where if you were both in love and gay and this person was raised against it, that was what you reflected and what they pushed away. Or if you were a friend who is openly gay, you reflected that part of them that they could not be and have been made to hide. If it's not sexuality or gender related, again, it can be religion or social beliefs. Politics even are a very hot button issue here in the United States where I'm from. So if this person's deep down true nature and heart believes something other than what this other energy or entity told them was right, accepted, and correct, they kept that hidden deep down too. You are everything this person truly is at their core. So this energy would not approve of you. But that's why you mean so much to this person. That's why they love you, even if that's a platonic friend love, because you are just like them. They feel safe and at home with you, which makes this reflexive defensiveness to push you away all that much more sad. They don't mean to or want to. They're just trying to keep safe, especially if this was childhood trauma. They're protecting the most real, vulnerable truth of themselves and their inner child self. It's definitely not that they don't trust you, and I hope that that all makes sense. This other energy really messes with and gets into their head here with Titan the Self in the reverse. This is major overthinking. It keeps them anxious and overthinking not only of their own inner gifts or unique way of being, but of any blessings that come into their life in the form of people like you. They see you as a gift, a blessing, a good friend, someone who truly gets them, and better yet, accepts them, and that's scary and different and new. This person makes them fear the different. I can feel this person's anxiety, and it's making my heart race. They at times mistrust your energy because you seem so open and genuine. And they at times are waiting for the other shoe to drop. So, whatever happened here, they pushed you away, caused a lot of hurt, or you were the pusher. Either way, this was pretty painful for both of you. I don't know if this is some place where you'll be around each other, this window of opportunity, or maybe it's just a time that this person is available, because I see they've been distracted dealing with this other individual or individuals. This may just be a window when they have time to themselves, or an ability to be themselves for a moment, not being around these others. And again, the gesture, the gift, or whatever this is, a message or a text, is going to be a bit small and is kind of avoiding the elephant in the room. But it is a very big, bold step for this person, which is why the universe wants to show you so that some grace may be applied on your end, and so that the offer won't be snubbed, as you just end up thinking this person hurting you doesn't care and is just trying to get off lightly. They are petrified. Again, though, too, if you are the anxious approacher, realize this person is not like this other person. They won't guilt you or hurt you or hold this against you. To truly make this go away, just a small acknowledgement of the pain or a small apology can make this disappear easier than you think. This person is meant to be part of your soul family. That's why you feel so close to them, be that a soulmate, soul friend, whichever. So, part of this damage that was done is this person or you pushed away because you, the pusher, was involved in some sort of struggle with these others. It may or may not have been an actual argument, but it feels like it was childish on this other energy's part. I'm seeing that here with the imagery of the kittens on this fight card, this Five of Wands. And if it's not fights, it's just been this kind of tedious interaction that this pusher person had to deal with, trying to please this other energy. If this was parents, there may have even been some pressured competitiveness put on amongst this person and their siblings. It just feels so exhausting. A lot of effort for very little gain. And I feel for some, they had to be strategic with this whole situation. And in doing so, they didn't take you, the pushed, into any kind of account or take you seriously. This, on their end, was all consuming. And they're shut out of you, and for some, they may have said some harsh things, but their shut out of you was because they at the time felt like dealing with you would have been more stress or drama to navigate at the same time as this exhausting thing they were involved in. Not that you are drama, it's that their nervous system was already taxed and overloaded, and definitely not open or available to drop their guard, to be who they really are with you, who you naturally draw out of them when they are surrounded by those who they're still having to hide from. And again, the aftermath of this was this big rift and hurt. But they so want to bridge this gap and are hoping you don't turn away or stick your tongue out at it. This was a knee-jerk protection mechanism, and without you saying a word, or maybe you did say something, but they feel really guilty or bad within themselves. And it triggers that guilt, fear, and trauma. And it ended up unfairly being taken out on you rather than these others. Unfortunately, and a bit unfairly, the universe knows. They don't mean for it to leak out onto you. Again, you are a gift to this person, completely different from this other energy, and it makes them wary to drop their guard a bit. They can't believe they met someone so understanding or accepting of them, A part of this person's mistrust as well has to do with an unconscious bit of social brainwashing that doesn't genuinely resonate with them at all, but who they had to pick up and adapt to be in order to survive, some at a very young age. So, who you are or what you represent, though being very similar to this person's core, is heavily mistrusted and scary. They have a bit of programming of what is wrong or right. If they were raised overly religious, they may have unfairly judged you from this place, or the beliefs this other energy instilled to this person made them instinctually reject you in some sort of way. Again, that in itself could be the big pain here. Another thing I see here, you may be someone who has gifts or abilities, and this person saw themselves in you because deep down they have those same gifts or abilities as well that are hidden away. It's a part that is hidden out of shame because, again, it goes against this person or group. This person may even self medicate to suppress not being able to be themselves, and they may even be a bit depressed. Though I get a strong feeling they would actively deny that for fear of being seen as weak. Weakness, too, I'm feeling, is one of the things that is demonized by this energy. So they pushed you away as a part of pushing themselves away. But the convoluted and sad thing is that you are someone, as I said, they feel safe coming out to. And for some, that is quite literally coming out if the sexuality thing is your story, but mostly just safe coming out as purely themselves in all aspects. The other energy exerted some kind of power over them. The funny thing is, well, not funny, but they feel that this friendship is right for them, a destined meeting, even a blessing in their life. That very accepting presence they've been hoping and wishing for, but they have had to hide it and themselves because it goes against some kind of traditional values instilled by this other energy. With gentle power over here to the side, this shows that over control and even a slight power struggle. They are needing to reveal who they are and truly take their power back with this card, or at the very least stand up for or protect this friendship or connection because it is a safe place to be. Safe to reveal all that this person is, slowly and gently, and an accepting atmosphere. Safe to reveal all that this person is that they feel they've had to hide about themselves to this energy, family, others, friends, society, be it their sexuality, spirituality, politics, whatever clashes with these others. With Gypsy Columbine, this is someone who was or is a people pleaser out of fear of being rejected. Again, it was that form of their social conditioning. It also speaks to and carries the energy of hoping you, as someone who does fully see and understand them, can forgive and forget. Try to be gentle if you can with this reemergence because I do see this other person, the pusher, currently or about to shed this old skin and conditioned ways, completely shaking it off. And they could really use someone like you at this time to guide them through this or as a source of support. I feel in some ways you are much freer than this person is to be your authentic, true self. Try to, if you can, understand this person does not mean to lash out or get defensive. It's a fear or anxiety based reaction, again, because you reflect the core of who they are. As they push that part of themselves away, so too do they do so in a way by also pushing away you. It is a mirror that is intense at times, but with all these butterflies, they truly do want and welcome this transformation into becoming their genuine selves. So, though this may feel smaller than expected, if you can try to understand and forgive, this person really needs you. I feel you may be the only one who gets them, and possibly for some, the first person who ever really has. I know it's hard though when someone you love reflexively pushes you away, even if they don't mean to or want to, and you are right and justified to feel hurt. This explanation isn't meant to diminish that. The universe loves you for loving this person. I know you may be saying, I tried, I am understanding, but really, this person with the butterflies again and Gypsy Columbine isn't going to be shut down and rejecting this and themselves for much longer. The universe says this shift is or will be happening soon. I know it's hard to believe, and you don't have to. It is your choice. Do what feels right and best for you. You have free will to gauge if this hurt was too much, and this explanation as to why they did what they did or do what they do, the way that they do, again, out of truly being scared, afraid to embrace themselves, and to be vulnerable, this explanation may or may not be a good justification for you. So use your best judgment, but also with an open heart. Again, this person, even though they may have pushed you away, could really use a friend or partner like you at this moment of their lives. You are a gift to them, a guide, and a treasured example of how to transform like these butterflies. A side message for those where this is a romantic partner: they have always dreamed of a supportive, consciously aware, or spiritually connected, open hearted person, as shown by this Empress type energy, the Lady of Gryon in this deck, which this is you, male or female. You, like this fairy godmother, are a wish come true. If you are separated, as I'm assuming you might be, they greatly miss you because you brought them closer to their own heart, which is why they want to come back. Very anxious and nervous to do so. Like I said, because this is a pentacle and not a cup, this again may not be an actual apology, as in audibly saying the words, I'm sorry for hurting you. It's going to be more of an almost implied or unspoken one by their gesture or even just the hello to break the ice. The universe has advice for all parties here that may help the situation. If you are the person who pushed away, afraid to reach out, and missing this person, try to remember how much this person is a gift and what they really mean to you. You know deep down their presence in your life is helping you, supporting you, and demonstrating how you can transform and be set free to be your genuine self, to reclaim your power with confidence that these others denied you. This person loves and accepts and appreciates this side of you, even if that's a friendship love in your scenario. You can't afford to lose this person. So with that in mind, try to think about possibly giving a more heartfelt apology, or at least just using the simple actual words. They will be appreciated more than you know. The universe and guides assure and promise you that it will really help make things better. It will help this other person heal the hurt to truly let it all go instead of the blind, let's look past the hurt approach. The universe says that if an apology is given, it will be received well, and this wound can be completely forgiven and even disappear rather than just be covered up and forgotten. This person will not punish you forever or make you feel guilty like this person or people would. When you've apologized to this other energy or admitted fault, this energy, made you suffer for it. If you love and appreciate this person, this friend or lover, you need to try to remember this person isn't them and needs to be handled differently. A sincere apology can make this all go away and will be deeply valued by this person. It doesn't need to be an overblown gesture or done in a way where you think just your words aren't good enough. Trust me, the words, if sincere, are good enough. Try as best as you can to avoid this defensiveness. Tuck away these claws. They aren't them. If, and only if, you feel comfortable and vulnerable enough to explain all of this back stuff here, that will definitely help this person to understand too, if they aren't already one of the people already here and watching. But that may be a bit hard and overwhelming to do so just yet, so don't push yourself. Go at your pace that feels safest for you. Acknowledge where you are in this process and give yourself grace as well. Even just the defensive dropped, heartfelt apology, even without the back explanation, is a big, bold, and strong step in and of itself. Now, if you are the receiver to this incoming gesture, if they weren't here to get the universe's suggested approach, please try to receive them with gentleness, grace, and understanding. You are not being asked to shove down your pain and let this person off the hook, especially if this isn't enough for you. But in hearing this now, hopefully having more understanding, perhaps this may help you to potentially be a bit more receptive and open-hearted. Again, do what is comfortable and safe for you. Always honor yourself. If you are willing to stand by this person, they do really genuinely care. They really do treasure you and need your support and energetic guidance, even if that's just in your presence, to help them set themselves free. The universe knows it's been rough up to this point. Just know that it has been really hard for this person, and that is why the universe gifted you to them as an example of truly being oneself, because you are very strong and genuine. This person really is trying or is on the verge of trying to transition. Try not to lose faith and hope. Lastly, if you are this energy, this stifling, awful energy, please realize what turmoil you have caused this person. It is time to let them be free to be themselves. If this is a form of malicious control, karma, the universe says, will not look too kindly at that. Release this person from this cage. And if you love them, if you are a mom or a parent, the universe says that if you are here watching, then you know the resonance of unconditional love. And unconditional love is to truly love who this person is at their core, not who you pressure them to be. So meditation on your heart chakra or guidance from the divine will help realign you to lovingly realign with this other person from a place of genuine acceptance. So that is your reading. Sending you all my best with love and light. Have a wonderful rest of your day.